Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, as in the day I am uploading this video, is January 31st, otherwise known as, in Canada, Belle Let's Talk Day. It's a day that Belle uses to raise awareness and also raise money. They're raising money, and they're going to donate a certain amount of money every time somebody uses the hashtag Belle Let's Talk on either Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. So let's get talking as well to remove the stigma. Today, I'm also going to be sharing you some of my favorite mental health tips and self-care tips that I do to help pull me out of anything when I'm feeling bad, upset, sad, any of those negative emotions that I really don't want to feel, and I'm just finding them very overwhelming. I have suffered with depression and anxiety for as long as I can remember, so today we're going to share with you my tips that I use to help pull me out of it. One of the things that I find incredibly difficult is getting up in the morning, especially if I don't have anything to do. So I sleep in and then I stay up all night, and then I sleep in and I stay up all night, and I sleep in and I stay up all night, and then I have to go back to work. But I find that on days that I'm working, because I have to go to bed earlier, I feel better. So one of my tips is to have almost a night and morning routine and try to get to bed earlier. What the issue that I find a lot of times on weekends, especially if I have more than 1 or 2 days off, is that I'll stay up super late, like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then not wake up till 2 or 3 in the afternoon, which means I'm not getting any sun. The day is pretty much over, and I just feel horrible. And then the cycle continues because I'm not tired at a decent hour, so then I stay up late, and I sleep in late, and I miss the sun. So my tip is to go to bed by about 12 or 1 is normally the sweet spot for me, and then wake up by 9 or 10. This gives me plenty of opportunity to get more sun, which definitely improves my mental stability and my feelings in general. Another tip is to get one of those sad lamps if you can afford it. I know a lot of places actually have them available for you to just go sit in front of. If not, sit in front of a window. It'll do the exact same thing and make you feel great. Even just sitting here watching YouTube videos will still give you that vitamin D that you need to help feel better. Unfortunately, when you feel bad, you don't take care of yourself, you don't take care of your apartment, you don't take care of your living surroundings. So what can happen is that depression can have a physical effect on your surroundings. So one of the things I do when I know I need to feel better and I can feel myself starting to slip is I will clean my apartment. I will put on great music that gets me dancing, that gets me moving, or even YouTube videos of cleaning inspiration, and I will start cleaning. I will start with the floor. I will then move on to the dishes, to laundry never piles up because I have a day for laundry. But I will move on to putting away the laundry. I will put away the movies. I will essentially scrub my apartment so that at the end of the day, I live in a place that is clean. It's no longer reflecting my mental state. That act of cleaning sometimes makes me feel better. Because what will happen is I'll feel bad, so I'll put stuff on the floor. And then I'll feel almost bad that it's on the floor, but it's making me feel worse without me realizing it. So then I just put more stuff on the floor, and then I put more stuff on the floor, and then I put more stuff on the floor, and then it just continues to cycle. And it's one of those cycles that I have to get out of. So by cleaning my apartment, it's one of those ways that I can help get out of that cycle. Soaking in a bath, especially with lots of bubbles and Epsom salts and some really good music, always helps me to feel better. I love using the Lush bubble baths. However, the Epsom salts you can get just about anywhere. You can get a big jug from the just any pharmacy. You can also get them from the dollar store. And actually some of the dollar store ones come scented with different scents like lavender. That's the only one I've seen. But I know there's others because I've heard about them. So definitely bath with Epsom salts. It's needed. It also helps to calm sore muscles, which, as many of us know, depression can also take on a physical side. So the sore muscles and the achiness can be helped with a nice warm bath. As some of you guys will know, having a dog actually helps because it forces you to leave your house, which is part of the reason I got Sage. Not gonna lie, you'll find out more about that when we do our video in February for our anniversary. However, getting outside and just walking around, getting outside, getting the fresh air, moving around, getting a new change of environment helps you to reset and really feel better. It also forces me to leave my apartment, which can, although my apartment is my safe space, a lot of times what does happen is that I get stuck viewing the same surroundings and it doesn't make me feel good. So by forcing myself to leave the apartment, either to take Sage for a walk or even just to do something as simple as going to get groceries, I feel better. It helps you combat what's ever going on in my head and gets me out of my own head in a sense, which is perfect. Another thing that I do when things are really, really bad, and I mean super bad, is I either talk it out with Sage, who is a great listener, or I call a friend or my sister, or even just write it out using a journal. I find talking and writing it out helps me to feel better and helps me to process what's actually going on, which can be difficult for me when I feel the emotions, but I have a disconnect, so I can't always tell you why I'm feeling them, but I can tell you that I am feeling them. So by writing it out or talking it out, I can work it out and figure out what's going on, why I'm feeling that way, and then I can tackle it, which definitely helps. Now, I'm a big fan of one day. That is the motto that I tell myself every time I feel bad. I can allow myself to dwell in the unhappiness and the feelings and everything else for one day. That means at the end of the day, if I call in sick, by the end of the day, I have to feel well enough to be able to go out into the world again. I will allow myself to sleep. I will allow myself to dwell. I will allow myself to stay home, watch movies, just feel bad. But I only allow myself to wallow for one day. The next day, I have to get up, I have to face the world, and I have to tackle whatever it is that made me feel bad. So that is my number one tip, if you can do it, is to give yourself one day, just one day, to figure it out, to feel bad, and to make yourself feel better. Now, sometimes, no matter depending on what's going on in your life, you can't take a day, you can't stay home, you can't do any other self-care tips because you have to face the world. Whether it's you have to go to work, you have a big presentation, you have to go to school, you'll fail, you don't want to get in the habit of skipping, whatever it is, sometimes you have to go out there. You have to face the world, you have to move forward. So, one of my tips is I put on my favorite music. I'm talking music from Disney movies. That peppy, upbeat, happy music that just makes you feel better by listening to it because it reminds you of being a kid. It reminds you of sitting there watching the movie with popcorn, makes you feel better, kind of gets you singing along a little bit. I put on that, and if it's really bad, I'll actually put on makeup. I don't normally wear makeup because I can't convince myself to get out of bed early enough to put it on. However, makeup is perfect for those times where I'm like, I have to face the world, but I don't feel like it. I don't feel well. I feel horrible. I don't want to do this. So I put on makeup. I love makeup. I just can't convince myself to get up early enough. So I give myself that time to play around with the makeup to make myself look presentable so that I know I look on top of my game. I look the best. I look amazing. I look the best that I can look in that moment. This helps me to feel better and to get out the door. Another thing that I do is I'll put on my diffuser because I'm not a big fan of candles because I'm always afraid that Sage is going to knock them over. So I'll put on my diffuser with some essential oils and just have the apartment smelling nice and clean, nice and awesome. And then I will get my makeup on. I will put on an awesome outfit and I will get out the door because I know I have to rock it and I know I will rock it because I feel great by the end of this. Okay guys, that's it. Those were all of my tips to help you get out of the slump that you find yourself sneaking into, or even just to help yourself feel better at the end of a horrible day. Hope these help. Remember, we have to keep the conversation going today. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, tweet, hashtag, whatever it is that you guys, whatever it is it's called. Make sure you do it using the hashtag BelleLet'sTalk. Share your story if you feel like it. Or even just tweet Belle Let's Talk 500 times. We've got to keep the conversation going and help raise money for mental illness and mental awareness. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow me and Sage are on Instagram at KBWolf. Take care, guys.